Okay, so I'm officially calling an end to season 0 of MetaSPN. Um, the final revenue was exactly $0, which not ideal, considering I'm really fucking broke. But good news is I at least figured out the math that I needed. I was able to get an approximate measurement, so it sounds like right now public markets are lagging about 6 months behind um, where I'm at with my research. I saw somebody's research that looked similar, and they gave a number of 6 months. So I think that's approximately right. So, in a nutshell, I've been studying how information travels in networks, and basically, I see a really big collapse coming in the market because tech is horribly overvalued and is basically getting richer for making things worse, which seems kind of backwards to me. And I'm just tired of being part of it. And I got fired from my tech job and then basically not hired to build anything because I was trying to say, hey guys, tech really isn't good right now. So I decided to become a professional mathlete instead. And so, I had to kind of figure out what the fuck that looks like. That was a bit harder than I anticipated as well. I had a couple of kind of false starts. But ultimately, I figured out where I'm going with all of this. So I have a very specific plan in mind now. I have a physical device called a Yes Pen that I'm going to be building. It is a location-based, moment-based physical device that I can use in an encryption protocol. And with that, when you have like multiple Yes Pens in place, you can sign a love note, which is the creation of this love token. I ended up creating a love protocol, which basically acts as an inverse market index. And so what you can do is you can spread love to identify where the market is not. And then you can make the market go there because culture is always upstream of markets. And when you realize this, you can spread love and then actually turn this into a system that you can turn love back into cash. And so it's pretty fucking cool. But I need to develop the device. And basically, I'm setting up kind of a timeline of doing a fundraising tour, probably first and second week in December, I'm thinking right now. So I want to do a week in SF and then a week in New York City, because basically I don't want to make this process last very long. I should be able to raise 2 million pretty easily if the round stays kind of cold. But if you guys help me get this whole campaign off the ground and, get things started, we can bump it up to probably 4 million. I'm thinking in a hot round. And so what I want to do is I want to make VCs beg to be part of my round because for so long they've ignored me. And now that I am in a place where I have absolutely no need for VC money, really, I was still trying to get it. And I would love to get some to stabilize and just make things a little faster for me and build some allies in the industries. But the fact of the matter is, God, they are all fucking slow. So here's what we're going to do. The campaign I'm running is to Lovemax the future. I have this whole setup called Love Ops, and basically it is a set of criteria for building what I call like a zero bad first date experience. Now, the cool thing is I'm applying this specifically to dating because I realize there's a good opportunity with Date Me docs and things like that. But this is actually just a relationship protocol and can be applied to any sort of relationship, including investors. And so what it is it's this like conscious network structure that allows both sides to have understanding of where they are in the process. And so what I'm getting ready to do is I actually want to set up like a whole bunch of meme accounts and launch them on like Blue Sky or Farcast or something, so that I can actually start measuring what I'm calling mathematics, because why the fuck not, right? And what I want to do is I want to see if I can predict how I can get different interactions between different types of accounts to grow in predictable ways. And we'll have some prediction markets and everything set up for that. And that'll all be pretty cool, but that's mostly just content based. So I've got to just sit down and do that. Oh, and I wrote a book on how to be great, and it's the most expensive book you'll ever buy. If you actually make it all the way to the end, it's going to cost you like $2,375, I think was the final tally. But you only have to buy a chapter at a time, and you start with the first chapter, which is the cheapest. And the whole goal is I'm going to give you the transformation that the chapter promises. And you're going to get that. And if you do, and you want the next transformation, you're going to buy that chapter, and it's going to help you achieve that same transformation. And the whole thing is like, it's proof if it works, because I plan on everybody who goes through it to just go through the whole thing. But I'm going to build a game first, so you can see what the transformations feel like in a simulation of it before actually having to put in all the work and doing it yourself. Because it's not easy, it's simple. And it can be quite fast if you let it be, but it requires a very specific set of steps, and that's what I outline in the book. It's the path to greatness. I show you how to be great, and I've been studying this for 5 years, and this is 100% the formula. This is how you achieve greatness, and it doesn't matter what field you're in. It doesn't matter what you want to do in the world. If you want to be great, you do this. Everything else starts working. It's fucking magic. It is honestly unbelievable. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to launch the first chapter of the book. It's on sale for $50. I'm going to have probably like a couple commemorative things to get some money coming in, because I need 10 grand to cover the development of the Yes Pen prototypes, and to get me covered with bills to stop worrying about shit and travel to and from, SF, New York, whatever. So 10 grand is the goal. I'm going to give you a link to at least the first chapter of the book. I'll get the game up and running and have a link to that. Yeah, I've got all sorts of other stuff available too if you want to help out. And we're going to get this protocol developed, and we're going to show people how to jump out ahead of the market so that we can basically have these automated social media powered automatic hedge funds called proximity to the future funds. So all of that's on my GitHub. It's all open source. You can take a look at it, check the math if you want. Big news too. So 6 months after sending them an email with some of my research on network relativity, the Wolfram Institute got back to me, which is really fucking cool. That's big news to me. And I got invited to a Discord community. So I'm now in a Discord with Stephen Wolfram Bot, which threw up a really interesting welcome message to me when I joined, which was enough for them to kill it because it was so bad. That was kind of funny. But yeah, it's like people are starting to take notice of the research. It's all starting to come together. It's all being explainable under conscious economics, conscious competition. And yeah, I'm starting to see things really start to go my way. And now it's time to accelerate that, which is great because I turned 40 in like a week now. And I would really love to have this actually taking off and being somewhat stable again financially before I'm 40, because that would just, feel kind of good. So, let's make that happen if we could. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of season 0 of MetaSPN. Goes out with a little bit of a whimper. Didn't quite get any of the attention I thought I would, but I learned a fuck ton. I got everything set up that I need to. And now we're ready to really start fucking moving fast. So let's get it done.